what you can unless LeBron were going to retire. And then do you want him as your number 2 guy on what you're trying to build a championship team? So it's a tough situation.
That's where I think this is going, though, because exactly what you said. If you're another team trading for 1 year of Austin Reeves and he then just gets to be an unrestricted free agent and you don't have any built-in ability to pay him more than the market, you're probably not going to keep him, and then you're not going to give up that much to do it. The Lakers can add a big, like they tried to get Mark Williams, and then they failed him on his physical. Dalton Connect, they still have a first-round pick in the future. They've got some expiring contracts. You're just not going to get anyone that great. But Austin Reeves had an awesome year.
Yep.
And he was career highs across the board. Like, for an undrafted player to have the year that he had, playing with the weirdness of Luka coming in, yeah, he's good, and he's 27, and his timeline matches up with Luka. Like, they got Luka to be the face of the franchise going forward in a post-LeBron world, and to Bruce's point, how he proved he could play with everybody, turning down this extension was so easy for Austin Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
Because the cap's going up 10% every year. And as you said, 40, 50 million. I'm just going to throw some names out there, and we could put them up on the screen. Michael Porter Jr., Bradley Beal, Zach LaVine. Would you agree? Defensive liabilities who can shoot the ball and score. Look at what those guys get paid. Flawed players.
Because those are 2 of like contracts that people hate.
I know, but my point is that they also signed these deals 2, 3, 4 years ago. Yeah. Austin Reeves is going to get.
Oh, he'll get, yeah.
He's going to get $200+ million.
Do you love him at that number?
No, but I think we all need to recalibrate, is my point, what like overpaying a guy is. These guys, yes, I agree with you. Those contracts have not aged very well, but it's also just the price. It's just it's the cost of doing business when players get 50% of the revenue, and the revenue is what it is. So Austin Reeves, they're going to sign him to a massive contract, and it will feel like a gross overpay.
But what if LeBron plays another year?
I think
now you got 3 guys at essentially max money.
But so he's opting in now, reportedly, to the $52.5 million, I think it is, right? I would think that if LeBron is playing beyond that, we're talking about him doing whatever the NBA version of the Aaron Rodgers thing is that we're seeing right now. I do not think it will be for the I don't think it will be for the top of the market deal. I don't.
Ooh, I'm not sure.
I don't know about that.
At 43,
he could have done that many times. He could do,
know.
You know.
Well, there was reports that he was willing to do it, but then the guy who he was happy.
But not for $10 or $12 million, or whatever the equivalent would be for Rodgers.
I think, but LeBron James for $30 million would be a tremendous bargain in this new world order of the NBA. Like, the Lakers, I think, are going to build around Luka and Austin Reeves in this post-LeBron world.
So if that's the case, can we flesh that out a little? Because we saw Dallas get to the finals with Luka, Kyrie, and then a bunch of really good role players that fit.
And defenders.
So, right. So are you proposing, if it's Luka, Austin Reeves, and let's even just say they could get the right role players, a Gafford type and shooters and, men that can finish at the rim, like players like Dallas got. I don't know that as much as I like Austin, he's obviously not Kyrie Irving. And I don't think that team is getting to the championship through the West.
I don't either, but 2 years from now, it's hard to project out. Like, what if new and improved, 20 pounds down, in condition Luka
is going to turn into Alex Caruso on defense?
I don't think he's going to turn into Alex Caruso on defense.
I'm just worried about having a bunch of defensive liabilities on the court.
Right, and both of them are Reeves and
no rim protector.
I know, but I
don't think he can be the number 2 guy on your championship team.
Again, as currently constructed, I agree with both of you, but I don't think they're prepared to lose Austin Reeves for nothing. And this year, you're going to get 30 cents on the dollar for him because of the expiring deal. You're going to get worse with LeBron in his last year or two, and then you're going to lose him for nothing next year. They're going to pay him. But they might not like it, but I think they're paying him.
Is there a chance to go all in LeBron's, if this is not, I don't think this is last year. This year, next year, who knows how long it goes. But carpe diem with the Lakers, right? I don't think we should start planning the Luka, Austin Reeves parade if there's a chance to get a Luka and LeBron championship banner in crypto.com arena.
At
And
some
that would make
point,
Reeves expendable to me.
At some point, there has to be some decline in LeBron. I would think. I don't know.
That
what
seems
we'll
logical. At some point, he won't be a top 10 player in the world.
More than we see it defensively.
Yeah, we see it defensively, but look, I agree with you. I just don't think the future is Luka and Austin are our big two, and then we build around. I don't think that's winning you a championship.
Quickly got to head to Toronto. News breaking this morning that longtime Raptors president and vice chairman Masai Ujiri is out. Executive of the Year 2013, manufactured the Kawhi trade that brought a championship to Toronto in 2019. Also just welcomed Colin Murray Boyles after the draft. Take a listen.
Yo!
Yo!
What's up? What's up, man?
It's good. Thank you so much.
You good?
Yes, sir. I'm doing amazing right now.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. My family's good. I can't wait to come down.
No, I'm so happy. I was so happy to have you. This is awesome.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I won't be here, but for your reaction.
I don't know the backstory of this, if it's a mutual decision. You know, he only had 1 year left on his deal. Maybe he wanted a long-term, lucrative extension. They weren't willing to go there. He has by far been their best executive. They hadn't won 50 games before he got there in the season. He won 50 games several times, got to 2 conference championships or championship series, obviously won the championship with Kawhi. And that was a bold move that a lot of people wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
It was a 1 year trial run with Kawhi. Like, knowing there's a good chance he leaves after this year, and they go ahead and win the championship, the only one in franchise history. So I think Masai is obviously highly respected around the league. He will be able to get a good job. If I'm the Lakers, and look, Rob Pelinka has done a good job there. Obviously getting Luka. I don't know how hard that was for him, but he got Luka.
And Reeves undrafted.
Right. So, but if you're the Lakers or a Charlotte or any of these teams that need a structure and a winning culture built, he's a guy that you need to be looking at.
To your point, they had, I think, 1 playoff series win in the history of the franchise.
Mm-hmm. And they had good players.
Right, before he got there.
Vince, Tracy McGrady.
And then they've won 9 playoff series and the ring since he got there in 2013. So clearly an accomplished executive who's the best executive in the history of the franchise, and no longer seen as guys are going to force their way out of Toronto. Like, change the culture, really kind of helped captivate basketball fans, We the North, all of that stuff. Stink on Breakfast Ball will say, like, you think that there's ego in the locker room of players, hear about the ego of coaches and executives. Masai Ujiri is a guy who really loves, you said he's respected around the league. He also has a very high opinion of himself. That is the not knock, but his reputation
Some guys don't like him.
Is big ego, and so I could definitely see, like, look at what I've done. Give me the 10-year lifetime deal. And I'm not reporting that is what the ask was, but he is going to want full control, powerful organization, and to call all of the shots. And because of his track record, someone's going to give it to him.
Yeah. 30 and 52 last year.
Well, the last few years has not been good.
It feels, does it feel like the Raptors have a solid plan? Like, I knew what OKC was doing. Like, we are stockpiling draft picks, draft capital as much as we can, and we hope to luck into a superstar, which SGA was. Scotty's there, 1 Rookie of the Year. That works. But I don't know if...
Yeah, they're far away. Even when we look at the East and how open it is next year, they're not one of those teams.
No one talks about that. It's like, oh, there's a path.
No, it's kind of... I still refuse to give up on Brandon Ingram, for the record.
Well, he loves to hear that.
I'm a Brandon Ingram guy.
Famously.
Believe it or not. Danny's NFL Watch List is next on FS1 and the Fox Sports Channel on Sirius XM. This team quickly...
What makes a carnival vacation fun? It's a little bit of everything